40% beyond. They just don't want to put a good call to action on it, and I don't want the money. Because I can't generate a positive ROI if they don't put a strong call to action on it. We've got different shapes and sizes, postcards, gigantic postcards. I mean, I want you guys just to kind of see a flavor of all the different types of media that we send out. And everything is designed to generate leads. You know, the home performance industry has really been taking off for us. We have one guy called, small little guy, says, can you build me a program for home performance? Now we've got like 15 contractors, home performance contractors buying our home performance program. So this is how I get into new industries, right? This is how we continue to grow and evolve. But there's all kinds of stuff that we can do to help you if you want our help. Okay? If you have, these are other examples, just other examples. Some people love newsletters. I don't know why, but they do. If you love newsletters, rest assured we have newsletters. We do them quarterly. But all the newsletters have a lead generating form on them because I don't want to send out newsletters without generating a lead off of it because then I can't correlate an ROI. Okay? If you want to custom design something, understand that we can customize it for you or you can customize it yourself. This is Al Wood of Dan Wood, Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Electrical, or Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric. That's Al sitting up at the desk. I'll use the pointer if it works. I don't know how to use it. But anyway, that's the guy sitting up there at the desk. You'll notice that nowhere on any of the media does it say Carrier. It doesn't have a Carrier picture. Dan Wood is a Carrier dealer, right? I mean, he's whatever their trophy is. It's Carrier, world-class Carrier dealer. But there's no reason to build brand equity for Carrier. Let them invest the money to do that. We want to promote Dan Wood because that's his company. Okay? Now, there's one other caveat I want to point out. All of our media can be dual logoed. So if you're eligible for co-op dollars, we can vary the logo. We always have your logo on it, but we can vary the manufacturer's logo on every media so that you are eligible for co-op reimbursement. So if that's important to you, if you're not burning up your co-op dollars already, we can help you with that to help offset the marketing cost. If you sell more than one piece of equipment, you sell Train, Carrier, and everything else, understand that we can vary the logo based on the equipment you sell in the same company. Again, if there's anything that you guys can take out of here is understand that it's worth a little time to scratch off that lottery ticket. There's a lot of money in your database. I don't care if you want to try to call them, send out postcards, write letters, hire a company like mine, whatever you want to do. Understand, it's an extremely valuable asset. Some of you guys have databases of 30, 40,000 households in your database. I go, what did you done with that? Nothing. I literally go to them and so how many customers do you have in your database? I got 50,000 customers in my database. How long does it date back? 40 years. Great. I got to try to resurrect 40 years of customers. But, you know, the point is there's money there, and it's less expensive than acquiring new customers. Does that make sense? Are you guys following my drift? I'm telling you the God's honest truth. Yes, sir?
Hey, Kurt, in a company like mine where we have QuickBooks data,
yes, sir.
Then we have Outlook data, and then we have contact data, and there's probably overlapping across all these records. What do you do with a small company who has different databases? Do you have to sit down with them to get us to qualify?
I don't. I just ask for you to email me the data. You can lock it up, you can zip it up, you can password protect it. If you want, I'll create an FTP site for you. You can drop it in. You got to send us the data, and then we fix it. You know, I used to offer like, hey, I'll design you a radius mailer for free if you sign up in 30 days. God, I hate that stuff. But anyway, in 2012, if you would have called me and said, Kirk, I want to sign up, I would have said, great. Are you willing to invest a couple grand to clean up your database? 90% of you would say no. And then I learned something very valuable in the 2.5, almost 3 years I've owned the company. The 90% that said no don't get as good a results as the 10% that said yes. As you can imagine, cleaning up the data was a major factor on the ROI that my customers received. So in 2013, we've changed the rules. I'm willing to lose a couple grand. It cost me about $2,000 to clean up your database. There's all kinds of things that we do with your data. Nothing like outside of your interest, right? I mean, we don't do that. But we fix addresses, we find out who lives there now, we identify what your repeat customer rate is, we try to determine your service area, where you're focusing your effort. There's a lot of work that goes into database analysis. We probably spend $1,000 worth of effort just putting it in the right order. Because a lot of it's manual. And if you guys ask me what the biggest thing I was concerned about presenting to 100 business owners is capacity. You know, in 2013, we said, we're not going to charge for the $2,000 anymore. If all of you guys exported your databases to me, I would cry. I cannot do it that fast. It literally takes me a couple weeks to fix a database. I, of course, have to take care of my current customers because they're the ones that have always paid us, right? I got to take care of them first. Anybody who sends us their database, we get to it as quick as possible. It takes a couple weeks worth of work. We have the capacity to do about 10 database cleanups a month. This month, I've already got 3 databases. 2 are from mortgage companies with over 100,000 customers now. So understand, I will get to it if you're willing to spend the time to figure out how to export your database and email it to me. I will keep you informed on where we're at. I will let you know what the results are. And I will give you options. If you want us to help you with marketing to that database, if you say, you know what, I don't need your help, I won't help you. I'll say, you know what, I spent $2,000, God bless you. I will. Because it's more important to me that if you do decide to do business with me, I can get you better results. So I'm willing to bite the $2,000. And it's not a time-sensitive thing. If you guys send it to me this week or next month or 3 months from now, that's fine. Whenever you want to grow your business and get your database cleaned up, we'll help you at that time. I'm literally growing so fast I can't hire people fast enough. Real estate's coming back, mortgage is coming back, banks and credit unions, contractors are our fastest growing industries. I won't be hounding you, but if you want my help, I will help you, I promise you. And it'll be very valuable. There are studies done about this, not by me. People have written books about this. If you can just retain 5% more of your customers, you can potentially generate an extra 75% in sales. Might be a little high for your industry, but there's books written about this. So is customer retention important to you? It better be. It better be. Otherwise, Mike mentioned it earlier. It's like you bring somebody in, you put them on the treadmill. They ride down the treadmill and then they fall off the treadmill. Now you got to spend more money to get somebody else back on the treadmill. It costs you hundreds of dollars to get somebody on the treadmill. For a company like mine, because people like to know what pricing is, it's about $1 per month per household. It gets cheaper with volume. So if you have like 1,000 customers in your database that you want us to continuously maintain and pull leads and referrals from, it's about $1,000 a month. It's a little bit cheaper than that, but just kind of put it in ballpark perspective. If you've got 50,000 customers in your database, you can imagine that we're probably not going to start out marketing to 50,000 customers in your database, but it gets cheaper with volume. Okay? So I just want to put that in perspective. If it costs you $200 to win a customer and it costs you about $1 a month to maintain them, it's a pretty good investment. And that's what lots of industries pay us, so we know that that's a pretty good market price. Okay? Go ahead.
And with that, when you're saying it's $30 a person, that includes everything from start to
Everything. All's included. All inclusive.
The pieces.
No extra charges, yeah. We do charge for graphic design work. That would be on top of that. But understand the graphic design work is done one time, and then if we tweak things like calls to action, we don't usually even charge you for that stuff. Yes, sir?
And is there a process to add your new clients that you're gaining?
Every month.
Every month we can send in our...
Every month you got to send us new data. And if you include pricing on what the customers, like what you sold to them, then we can start calculating an ROI for you. If you don't want to share pricing with me, some people don't, I'll just generate really cool reports that show you how many leads I generated for you, and you can try to map out your own ROI.
If we have a database that has that client history with every dollar they've ever spent with us, can you do that ROI right from the get-go then? Can you figure that?
Well, I can't figure out what happened in the past.
Correct, but compared to where we were to where we're going to be, if you've got existing dollar value of the client, well, that should help you.
It's going to help me. It's going to help me with intelligently marketing. So let's just say, for example, you got 15,000 people in your database, and you say, Kirk, I'm only willing to invest $2,000 a month with your company because I want to test you out. And that's fine. Or maybe $1,000 a month. I want to test you out. We're going to pick mostly service agreement customers and just try to maintain them, right? Because they're paying you a couple $100 consistently a year, right? So we don't want to lose that foundation business. We're going to pull referrals from them. And then we're going to start strategically going after high-value customers, customers based on newest to oldest transaction with you, information that's relevant, people that still live in that house. And then we start down through a whole process of fixing and analyzing the database. Customers that have been in your database for 50 years, understand that those people died, right? So, I mean, I can find out who lives in a house now, but understand they fell off the treadmill already. Yes, sir.
Our industry is relatively unsophisticated compared to a mortgage.
Oh, we're aware, yeah.
Yeah, compared to a mortgage. Bless you.
Yeah, but we're here to help you.
The question I have is, what are the legal ramifications of me sending you 15 or 20,000 names, addresses, phone numbers, emails of customers concerning privacy because I'm now giving you information that doesn't belong to you?
It's your data.
I understand. And then I'm having you market on our behalf these customers. Is there any issue that we will run into? Or because in the world of mortgage companies and banks and credit card, they send you every year a privacy statement that says, here's what we're going to do with your data, blah, 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 blah. Are there any legal issues that we run into on that?
Not really. Not really. Now, that being said, we don't call your customers.
Right.
Okay? So if you've passed that do not call window, we're trying to resurrect that customer by getting the customer to respond so you have the right to call them back.
Okay.
Right? We try to include license numbers whenever possible to try to build credibility in the marketing materials, but your industry is not that regulated. If I send out a postcard or a mailer for a mortgage company without a license number of the loan officer, that mortgage company can get a $15,000 fine.
In California, it's illegal also.
Right.
That's a contract.
Real estate agents. In California, if I send out marketing materials for real estate agents in California, I have to have a license number. All 49 states, we don't. Right? So there is some guidelines, but we would work together to make sure that you're compliant. And understand, it's your data. I will never do anything with your data other than market for you. It's a privacy statement. It's right on my website. And you can imagine some of the banks that we deal with, that we have to go through extreme security measures to prove that that data is secure, right? We still don't want credit card numbers. We still don't want social security numbers. But addresses, email addresses, customer names, what they bought from you, it's not that big of a deal. Any other questions? I'm done. I'm over time? Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. We do a really good job.
When we talk about, what is the R word? Relentless. And what is the T word? Tenacious. You are looking at him. This is the guy. Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you.
Good energy. Way to go. Now you, hold on a second. We're not done yet.
Whoa, there's more?
And yet there's more. We've got a 15-minute break, and then you don't want to miss the way in which Rick Picard will be introduced. You miss out on that, shame on you. You got 15 minutes.